The marching Chiefs are here. The Noles are ready to give us a preview of the 2022 season. And here comes FSU.
Needs to look down the field and get the ball to his playmakers.
First play. This is Lawrence Toate. Travis to the air, and that's completed for the first down. Nice catch at the 49-yard line to Treshawn.
Thank you so much, Danny.
Thank you.
Danny Cannell, interesting, he's bringing his daughter on a college visit. How's that make you feel?
Hey, my daughter already graduated.
All right, we talked about the receivers last year. Those are the numbers of the guys from last year for FSU. They've added some depth. There are some newcomers here. There's going to be some competition in that wide receiver room.
Well, the thing about the wide receivers, if the offensive line can get it together and you can go 4 and 5 wides, now you've got talent all over the field.
This is his third year in the program. That ball thrown to the outside. They're going to say, yes, it's a catch.
Playing an exciting offense that creates energy within the stadium and within the fan base.
Travis lets it go, and that's incomplete.
That you get better.
Ryan Fitzgerald going to try a 50-yard field goal to break the ice, but it's blocked. A big block kick, and that's going to be returned. They're going to blow it dead. Those are just the rules of this game, but that would have been a blocked kick for a touchdown. It remains scoreless in the Garnet and Gold game at Doak Campbell. A bit longer, which isn't a real fair test, but as a defensive player, you got to pull up as well. You got to miss if you're coming hard to get the QB here.
But what's been impressive so far, I think the offensive line has done a really good job of giving him a pocket to throw the football. And as I say that, he gets pressure right in his face. But, overall, I
built something that lasts for a really, really long time, and we're looking for Coach Norvell to do the same thing.
As the honorary coach, what are you expecting to see today?
As a coach, I was a pass rusher, so I'm bringing everybody. I'm rushing as many as I can. As someone who loves sacks, I want to see sacks from this team. So when I'm calling with this play sheet, I'm calling to get after the quarterback.
At Michigan, that's the most points anyone had scored up to that point. I don't know if that record has been broken as of yet, but that is what the intrigue was about Coach Bowden. He didn't care. Being honest, Florida A&M University also promotes a lot of players coming here because you get the black college experience as well, for some of the African-American players. So you've got a bevy of opportunities here to be great. And when you can play for what I consider the greatest coach of all time.
Call stop coming?
Oh, bad. Well, they're still mad at me because I canceled on my official visit day and committed to Florida State that day. So they're still not happy with me.
You did what? You canceled your official visit to Miami?
On
the day you committed to Florida State?
It was a great decision.
Yeah, it was for you, no doubt about it. You could not have made a bad choice, man. You had all the great offers. That was another 22-yard run by Benson. We're joking around a little bit. This could be a really key guy for.
Can make plays, and I think that is what Coach Norvell was talking about as far as an exciting offense. They're going to try and get the ball down the field.
Rodemaker to the end zone, and it's incomplete in this scoreless game. It was intended for Johnny Wilson. Third and goal for Rodemaker. Oh, he delivered the ball beautifully, but I think they're going to whistle it dead. That is the downside. He really hung in there and made a nice throw, but the pressure was put on by Shaheem Brown. It's going to go as a sack. Hard attempt for Ryan Fitzgerald. Redshirt sophomore. His big kick last year, of course, was the game winner against Syracuse. And we have our first. Here's Travis on a third down play now for the Noles. And that's ruled incomplete. And another 3 and out. The Florida State defense continues to play well. Third down for Duffy. That ball's off fingertips of the intended receiver. That was Markston Dellis. McClellan broke it up.
Knowledge of the game, and then also playing physical, being aggressive in all aspects of your game, but especially mentally. And Coach Alex Atkins showed us it's like drumline, one band, one sound.
March. Benson gets it again. And about 4 yards or so on the final play of the first quarter. When we come back, we are honoring the legendary voice of the Seminoles.
Absolutely.
We'll take a listen here in just a moment to the great Gene Deckerhoff. Meanwhile, you can kind of see what Alex and the O-line are trying to do. They're getting Campbell in the action a little bit now.
Coaches on the sideline for the main event, which comes up after our scrimmage concludes this evening. Oh, here's another quarterback sack, and this time big-time pressure from the outside on the right side, and there was just nowhere.
Campus.
Representing high-level defensive back play. All starting with one of the greatest to ever do it, and Deion Sanders, and then followed by guys like Terrell Buckley, Leroy Butler, Samari Rowe, the who's of who. And currently,
What is the potential that this group has?
I think this group has the potential to be a very, very consistent, opportunistic group. When you look at some of the young up-and-coming players, Kevin Knowles is a guy that I highlight quite often because he's with an old-school mentality. It's a personal battle for him. I think he's going to have an outstanding year. So me personally, the secondary is going to be talented. But also, when you look at having great secondary play, you need to
Field goal in the Coles National Senior High School game. And this extra point here is good. 6:23 to go in the FSU spring game. Toafili, the game's first touchdown.
Then you had Coach Beamer and Coach Bowden, two of the best coaches to ever do it. And so I think it's just been a transitional period for the programs. He loves to fight, and he comes in with the grown man mentality. And if they put him inside, I think he's going to play guard for Florida State. And he's a big kid with long arms. And I think he can be an impact player early. I'm not saying he's going to come in and start, but he can be an impact player for this program.
Well, I saw him play on only 10 have offensive line coaches involved as coordinators.
Well, coaching the offensive line is very difficult. And I think when you look at, like you said earlier, Coach Norvell is calling the plays. As they were getting ready to play them, and they were playing Albany, and Jared Verse continued to flash throughout that film, and they said nobody could block him. And so you look in the portal and you see him there, and you're like, oh my God, this is the guy that we saw on film. Let's try and go get him.
Toafili's getting a film today. He gets another long run. Let's go down to the sidelines again to Larisha.
We got a word for our defensive back group, and that's technicians. So we really focus on technique. That's our main thing. And just work.
Game against Florida at the end of the year. It was a game the Noles lost, but he had, 18 tackles in that game. He's really emerged as a leader for the Noles. And there is Pittman. He gets it in for the score. Pittman gets it in for the touchdown.
And a good job on the lead block by Preston Daniel, number 45. That's what you're looking for from your guys on the outside, these tight ends. You've got to also be able to put your hand down in the ground and knock people off the football. And so I like what I'm seeing from the tight end position.
17-0 is the score. The goal. Somewhat of the alpha males of that O-line.
Well, I like the beard, first of all. You got to have a Grizzly Adams beard, so I love that. But what I love about the offensive line and what I've seen so far is guys are punching. They're not catching. There was too much catching going on. They're punching now. They're keeping the defensive linemen at. Absolutely. And like I said, it starts with being grown men and playing grown man football and understanding you are the dynamic of the offense. You are the gatekeeper to success. And as long as they realize that and they continue to play together, they've still got some more talent coming in. We talked about Armella earlier. Practice of spring. And they look at the mistakes that guys made that first practice. And then they go and look at the last practice of spring in the spring game. And they see if those guys are still making those same mistakes.
Here's a big play inside the 20, and that'll be enough for the first down at the 18-yard line for Campbell.
That is what you're looking for when you look at film.
Marquez McClellan made the tackle on the ground again to the 10-yard line with 15 seconds remaining.
And one thing that stood out.
Great decoy, right? Because the defense, you can't load up on everybody man on man. That's a touchdown for Williams. DJ Williams, the touchdown on the final play of this second quarter. The Auburn transfer scores for the Garnet team. And Fitzgerald adds the PAT and makes it a 24-0 game.
All camp and believe that you're going to be the champion that everyone thinks.